I would do everything in my power. I would absolutely avoid targeting people with iOS 14.
What's going to win in the marketplace is the best creative and the best sales funnel.
I had a conversation with a Facebook rep. He's a really good guy. Spent a couple of hours with him last Friday talking about the changes. And his advice, I want to hear your take on it. He said, I would do everything in my power. I would absolutely avoid targeting people with iOS 14. And we went over that right now because if you go to the Facebook Business Manager at the ad set level and you click on edit placements and you go at the end of the placements, you can select more and you have the option of targeting only Android users and you have the option of targeting only iOS users that are utilizing softwares 2 to 13, meaning that you would exclude anybody that has iOS 14. So that's something that he recommended. He said to test out different audiences that are not going to include that and just maybe do a campaign budget optimization ad set that campaign that doesn't have iOS 14 mixed in with everybody else. That way you can start getting ready for these changes. So I want to hear, he told me that we underestimate that in the United States, there's a lot of people that have not upgraded past iOS 10 or 11 or 12, and they're not going to have iOS 14, so they're not going to be affected by it. So I want to hear your thoughts on how is this going to change our process right now, and how do you think it's going to affect our e-commerce strategies and everything that you've heard on your side?
It's going to make retargeting a little bit more unstable and harder to track. And it's going to make your top of funnel advertising a little bit harder to track in that Facebook can't report back, clean revenue data and clean CPA data. So you're going to have to start doing, you're going to have to start looking at the numbers a little bit differently and checking money in, money out, right? So how much you spent on ads, what Facebook says the performance of the ads are, because Facebook will still be able to tell you ranked what are your best performing ads. It just won't have clean data. So yeah, hey, one idea is exclude iOS 14, get clean data for those campaigns, and then have an ad set and a campaign that doesn't have clean data. That's sure one way to do it. That's not how we're doing it. We're still running. We've noticed in the last couple of days, our reporting is off. So we've got a new baseline for metrics. So basically whatever this new baseline is, that's now what we use to judge our success, and we check it against revenue. I don't think it's really a big deal, frankly. I think that that what's going to win in the marketplace is the best creative and the best sales funnel. And so whether or not you can track down to an ad level, you still can, you just don't have clean revenue in the Facebook dashboard anymore. You can still see which ones are better than the others. That's all you need to know. And it's actually kind of cool because it makes it even more the case that the people with the best creative and the best funnels are going to rise to the top. So I don't mind it so much. I think it's annoying that Facebook and Apple are fighting, and it means that we have less good data, but I've lived through this. In the Google AdWords days, and in the search engine optimization days, Google used to report to you all the keyword data. And then one day they took that away. And that seemed like a really big deal at the time. And it seemed like SEO was going to be ruined forever and AdWords was going to be ruined forever because we lost all this data. But guess what? Here we are 6 years later and it's just fine. So it's like, this is par for the course in advertising. Shit changes. We all navigate it together. We figure out the best way to move forward. I'm not overly concerned about it myself.